Good day. Our lesson today is all about problem and solution. Solving a problem requires careful thinking and analysis of all its angles. Some problems require simple solutions, while others requires detailed ones. In this lesson, you are expected to identify possible solutions to problems. Now let us read the article about coronavirus. The coronavirus disease 2019, or what we called COVID-19, has spread all over the world. It is believed that it was originated in Wuhan, China. This virus mainly affects the respiratory system of humans. Meanwhile, some also may have shown no symptoms at all. When one gets this coronavirus disease, he or she may have mild to severe symptoms. Many have already died due to this virus. While our scientists around the world are also doing their best to control the further effects of this virus. Different versions of vaccines have been invented and tested to give immunity to individuals. Also, some countries have already started their vaccination program, and we belong to that country. It is believed that through these vaccines, governments will be able to control the spread of the virus. Well, actually, the vaccine is not merely to stop the virus, but the vaccines is more of the control to have the severe symptoms of the virus. So can you tell the problem mentioned in the selection? Can you also identify the possible solution to the problem? Okay, so based on the given selection, the problem is the discovery and the spread of COVID-19. This problem even leads to various effects, such as having mild to severe symptoms and even death. And that is why, in solving this problem, scientists have worked hard to discover the vaccines that will help in controlling the spread of the virus. Now let us have the learning task number 1. Read the statements and identify the solutions to each problem. This one is an example. Lexi became ill. Her parents took her to the hospital. So the problem is Lexi became ill. That is why the solution is her parents took her to the hospital. So are you ready? Number 1. I was absent yesterday. I asked my classmates to update me on my lessons discussed. So the problem here is she was absent yesterday. So the solution is she asked her classmate to update her on the lessons that have been discussed. And number 2, Alex failed during his exam last quarter. He now studies well to pass his test. So the problem here is Alex failed during his exam last quarter. So the solution is Alex is now studying well to pass his exam. Number 3. The government provided financial support to families after implementing community quarantine due to the COVID-19. The problem here is implementing community quarantine due to COVID-19, whereas the people cannot go to work. So, the solution here is the government provided financial support to the families who are affected of the community quarantine. Number 4. Simon found a new job after resigning from his previous work. So the problem here is Simon resigned from his job. So the solution here is Simon looked for a job and found a new one. Number 5. Carmela lost her ball pen. She asked her parents to buy a new one for her. The problem here is Carmela lost her ball pen. So, her parents buy a new ball pen for their daughter. And number 6, the city experienced severe flooding due to the recent calamity. They will plant more trees next month to prevent this from happening again. So the problem here is the city experienced severe flooding due to the recent calamity. So the solution is they will plant more trees next month to prevent this from happening again. Problem and solutions are portrays a relationship of ideas in a sentence or even in selection, where one idea represents the problem and the other provides the possible solution to it. So, again, this is an example of a problem and solution. So, as a problem, she needs to pay her tuition. And the solution is Elena applies for a part-time job. The problem here is she needs money to pay her tuition. So how can she have money? So she needs to apply for a part-time job. It can be selling or even apply for a job in the passport or anything. Another is John is not feeling well. The solution is his parents take him to the hospital. In some cases, only the problem is presented in a sentence or even in a selection. It is the reader, like you, to determine the possible solution to it. Now let us have the learning task number 2. Box the problem and underline the solution in each item. Do this in your notebook. Number 1. The house was burning, so they called the fire station for help. So the problem is the house was burning and the solution is they called the fire station for help. Number 2. Mara asked her sister to bring her assignment notebook to school after failing to bring it. So, the problem is she fails to bring her notebook, and then the solution is she asked her sister to bring her assignment notebook to the school. Number 3, Liana cleaned the house. It was really messy after the party. So, the problem here is it was really messy after the party. So, Liana will clean the house. Number 4. Many animals illegally hunted. Rangers are now guarding the forest. So, the problem here is many animals are illegally hunted. The solution is rangers are now guarding the forests. Last number, Martha is looking for her toy after missing it in the garden this morning. So the problem here is after missing it in the garden, Martha is looking for her toy. Now let us have the learning task number 3. Read the selection below and then think of 2 to 3 possible solutions to the given problem. Write your answers in your notebook. Diane always comes late to school. She misses some of her exams and activities. Her teachers warn her that she might fail some of her subjects if she will not be able to come to the class on time. Diane always comes late to school. She misses some of her exams and activities. Her teacher warns her that she might fail some of her subjects if she will not be able to come to the class on time. What should Diane do? Ano ang dapat gawin ni Diane? Okay, so you have to think of 3 possible solutions to the problem of Diane. But first, you have to think of the problem of Diane. What is her problem? Or what are her problems? And then you should write a solution to it. Okay? Okay, so in your notebook, complete the paragraph by selecting your answers from the choices below. So here are the choices: relationship, problem, and solution. So problem and solution portrays a blank of ideas in a sentence or a selection. The blank refers to the issue or idea that has to be solved, while the blank refers to the statement that shows how the problem can be solved. So let us answer. Relationship of ideas in a sentence or selection. The problem refers to the issue of idea that has to be solved, and the solution refers to the statement that shows how the problem can be solved. And that is it for today's topic. So thank you again for watching. Bye!